In 2025, President Trump embarked on a highly publicized trip to the Middle East. The trip, his first to the region since leaving office in 2021, was billed as an opportunity to reassert American influence and forge new partnerships. Trump visited Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Israel, meeting with heads of state and business leaders. The trip garnered significant media attention, with speculation swirling about potential deals and diplomatic breakthroughs. The trip was not without controversy, however, as critics questioned Trump's motives and the optics of engaging with leaders accused of human rights abuses. Trump's visit came at a time of heightened tensions in the region, with ongoing conflicts in Syria and Yemen, and the Israeli-Palestinian peace process at a standstill. The trip presented both opportunities and challenges for the former president, as he sought to navigate a complex geopolitical landscape. The trip was closely watched by observers around the world, eager to glean insights into Trump's post-presidency activities and his potential future political ambitions. The trip served as a reminder of Trump's enduring global profile and his continued ability to command attention on the world stage. Trump's first stop on his Middle East tour was Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where he received a lavish welcome befitting a head of state. The Saudis rolled out the red carpet for the former president, greeting him with elaborate ceremonies and displays of wealth. Trump was treated to a royal banquet, complete with traditional music and dance performances. He also participated in a sword dance with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, a symbolic gesture of friendship and respect. The opulence on display in Riyadh was striking, even by Saudi standards. Trump was reportedly gifted a gold-plated machine gun and a diamond-encrusted dagger. The Saudis spared no expense in showcasing their hospitality and their close relationship with the former president. The lavish reception was widely covered in the media, with some commentators marveling at the extravagance, while others questioned the appropriateness of such displays. The warm welcome extended to Trump in Riyadh stood in stark contrast to the often tense relationship between the US and Saudi Arabia during his presidency. The visit highlighted the shifting dynamics in the region and the enduring importance of personal relationships in international diplomacy. One of the most talked about aspects of Trump's Middle East trip was a rumored gift from the Qatari government, a Boeing 747-8, one of the largest and most luxurious passenger jets in the world. The reported value of the aircraft, estimated to be over $400 million, raised eyebrows and sparked controversy. Some observers questioned the propriety of such a lavish gift, while others speculated about the motivations behind Qatar's generosity. The Qatari government denied that any such gift had been offered, but rumors persisted, fueled by anonymous sources and leaked documents. The controversy surrounding the Boeing 747-8 highlighted the often murky world of international diplomacy, where gifts and favors are commonplace but can raise ethical concerns. The incident also brought renewed scrutiny to Trump's business dealings and his potential conflicts of interest. The controversy surrounding the Boeing 747-8 served as a reminder that even seemingly straightforward diplomatic gestures can be fraught with complexity and open to interpretation. The incident highlighted the importance of transparency and accountability in international relations, particularly when dealing with former heads of state. Ethical concerns and whispers of impropriety. Trump's Middle East trip raised a number of ethical concerns, particularly regarding the acceptance of lavish gifts and the potential for conflicts of interest. Critics argued that Trump's willingness to accept such gifts, even if legal, created an appearance of impropriety and could compromise his ability to act in the best interests of the United States. They also expressed concern that Trump's business dealings, particularly his ownership of hotels and golf courses, could create conflicts of interest and influence his foreign policy decisions. Trump's defenders dismissed these concerns as politically motivated, arguing that the former president was simply engaging in common diplomatic practices and that there was no evidence of any wrongdoing. They argued that Trump's business acumen and his experience negotiating deals made him uniquely qualified to conduct diplomacy on behalf of the United States. The debate over Trump's ethics highlighted the challenges of navigating the line between public service and private gain, particularly in the realm of international relations. The ethical questions surrounding Trump's Middle East trip reflected broader concerns about the influence of money and special interests in politics. The controversy served as a reminder of the importance of upholding ethical standards in government, particularly when dealing with foreign governments. Domestic and international reactions. Trump's Middle East trip elicited a mixed reaction from both domestic and international audiences. In the United States, Trump's supporters praised his efforts to reassert American leadership on the world stage and to secure favorable deals for American businesses. They argued that Trump's unconventional approach to diplomacy was refreshing and effective. Trump's critics, however, condemned his willingness to engage with authoritarian leaders and his perceived disregard for human rights. They argued that Trump's actions were damaging to America's reputation and interests. Internationally, reactions to Trump's trip were similarly divided. Some countries welcomed Trump's engagement, seeing it as an opportunity to strengthen ties with the United States. Others, however, viewed Trump with suspicion, wary of his unpredictable nature and his tendency to prioritize American interests above all else. The mixed reactions to Trump's trip reflected the complex and often contradictory nature of his legacy on the world stage. The divergent reactions to Trump's Middle East trip demonstrated the enduring power of his personality and his ability to polarize opinion. The trip served as a reminder of Trump's lasting impact on American foreign policy and his continued relevance in global affairs. A new era in American foreign policy? Trump's Middle East trip sparked debate about the future direction of American foreign policy. Some observers saw Trump's actions as a harbinger of a new era of transactional diplomacy, in which the United States would prioritize its own economic and security interests above all else. They argued that Trump's approach represented a departure from the traditional American focus on promoting democracy and human rights abroad. Others, however, cautioned against overstating the significance of Trump's trip, arguing that it was too early to say whether it represented a fundamental shift in American foreign policy. They pointed out that the United States had long pursued its own interests in the Middle East, often at the expense of other values. The debate over the implications of Trump's trip highlighted the ongoing tension between idealism and realism in American foreign policy. The question of whether Trump's Middle East trip marked a turning point in American foreign policy remained open for debate. The trip's legacy would likely depend on the actions of future administrations and the evolving geopolitical landscape. Ethical dilemmas on the world stage. Trump's Middle East trip raised a number of broader ethical dilemmas about the conduct of international diplomacy. The controversy surrounding the Boeing 747-8 gift, for example, highlighted the challenges of balancing diplomatic protocol with ethical considerations. The incident raised questions about the appropriateness of lavish gifts and the potential for such gestures to create conflicts of interest. The trip also underscored the ethical challenges of engaging with authoritarian regimes. Critics argued that Trump's willingness to meet with leaders accused of human rights abuses legitimized their behavior and undermined efforts to promote democracy and human rights. They argued that the United States should prioritize its values over its interests when engaging with such regimes. The ethical dilemmas raised by Trump's Middle East trip were not unique to his presidency. They reflected long-standing challenges faced by policymakers around the world as they seek to advance their country's interests while upholding ethical standards.